Good day, folks. Thank you so much for joining us for another call today. Today we have with us Tabinda Nayyar Siddiqui, and she is an HR professional. And without me having to introduce her, let me have her the opportunity to introduce. So, Tabinda, can you get started by telling us a little bit about yourself first?
Sure. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you so much, Sai, for having me. And I would just it's been long. I've been here in Canada since 2003. So I'll just keep the long story short. When I came here, I was fresh out of university, like 2 years of masters in public administration from University of Karachi, and that was the time when HR was booming in Pakistan with ISO introduction and all that. So I did my by major in marketing and human resources and worked for College of Physicians and Surgeons in Pakistan. When I came here, I found it a bit harder to find my foot into human resources. So I started with a smaller IT company in downtown, worked with them for 1 year, and then I went back to school to Canadianize my education. So I feel that that was the best decision because when you come from back home in with the regularized degree, and here laws are different. HR is different in Pakistan, HR is different in here. And back then, things were not as straightforward as in today's world, as we have LinkedIn these days. Back then, we did not have LinkedIn. So proving yourself, getting your degree assessed, and getting your experience assessed was not very easy back then. So I found it was very helpful in my case to go back to school, Canadianize my education, so I know all the employment law, everything relevant to Canada. And it was a co-op program. And since then, I never had a problem finding the job. It was harder for me to find my first job in HR without the degree. But after the degree here, doing my postgraduate, things got easier. And Alhamdulillah, it's been going fast so far. So
So,
currently,
Tabinda, yeah, so you took a little bit of a break in between, right? So, for your kids, tell us about that because it is also one of those challenges for working women like yourself who, because of kids, they take a break and then they have to re-enter the market. What was your experience regarding that?
exactly, I'll touch upon that. Sadhvi, when I was working full time since 2006 when I did my postgraduate with Shoppers Drug Mart with companies like Life Labs and all these places. So when I was with Life Lab, I have my two daughters only 14 months apart, and I found it okay. It's really getting tough with the two little ones, almost like twins, and we are the caregiver of our elderly parents as well. So it was getting hard, and I took my break. I kept my resignation in my drawer for 2 months, and then eventually given it, and we decided as a family to stay at home for 3 years. I was apprehensive. I was nervous that it won't be a smooth ride to go back to work, but alhamdulillah, things work out. Well, I would say what helps in this scenario is even if you're a full-time mom, you choose to stay home because families come first. Always stay connected to your passion at the same time. Let's say human resources and whatever is happening in my field was my passion, and I found my way to stay connected with people, to stay networked. And at the same time, even if you're a mom, it does not take your education, your ability, and your charm away. That you're still an adult. You need to have your interaction and to keep learning what's happening in your sphere. So I kept my volunteering intact. Volunteering, it helps you both ways. A, you get out, you get to meet with people, and you know what's happening in your field. B, networking helps you a lot. So I kept doing it, even if not within an HR sphere. I kept volunteering in field school board. I chaired parents councils.
I
I
believe
said
you volunteer a lot of time with Sacred Hands as well. So, that is
correct. So
also.
exactly, those are the non-profit organizations I set as board of directors in a couple of organizations included. I won't take names. There are many. Those gel in with my philosophy of life, even with disabled kids, how to help them find their jobs, creating their resumes, helping them with their interview skills. So all these pieces here and there, they do help, and they alhamdulillah helped me a lot. So I would always encourage people to keep volunteering. That's my side note, and very important to keep volunteering whatever area they want to, and it always pays back. So my coming back to work was just as smooth as I kept my LinkedIn updated. I kept taking seminars and attending conferences in terms of what's happening in HR sphere. That was the time, 2017 was the time when a lot of analytics was being introduced to human resources. And luckily, I was mostly working in systems. So I kept myself abreast of all those pieces. And that helped me. One day, I kept my resume updated on LinkedIn, and one fine day, somebody just called me out of nowhere for a 6-month contract. I just said yes to that and had no problem, because that's how it works mostly in public organizations, that you start with a contract and things start getting better. And keep going back to school. Whenever after 3 to 5 years, I say, just keep adding to certifications, keep doing things that keep you on the top of skill set, and
Yeah.
your LinkedIn active. That's what my 2 cents is always to everyone.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that. And just one closing comment and answer, if you can give us, Tabinda, is that for all those folks who are watching you right now, some are probably planning to move to Canada, or some are already here starting off their careers. What is the one most important thing that you need to keep in mind while you start your journey?
um, Open mindset. You have to start, maybe you just have to start low. I know a lot of people may be coming with their managerial designations, and they must have gone up the ladder, but just to learn, maybe you have to go 2 steps back, but you will come forward with all full force. Just open mindset is very important. Keep yourself connected, and keep your LinkedIn updated, and keep networking, and all
Perfect.
the best. That's all I
Thank
can
you.
say.
Thank you so much,
Okay, you.
Tavinda, for your time. And we hope people can make the most of it. And I'm sure folks can also reach out to you if they have to. So I hope you're open to that and continuing to help people as well. Thank you.
Sure, by all means, anytime. Happy to help.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.